Jefferson Building today remains the center point of the library complex, housing book stacks, collections, and meeting rooms. Adjacent to the Great Hall is the library's core research area, the main reading room. At the Library of Congress, you don't go to the books, they come to you. Why? Because items in the collection are truly treasures, and they're treated as such. Take, for example, the original copy of Thomas Jefferson's Koran. Reaching its home, and that of most library collections,
I wonder why he wasn't wearing white gloves.
Century-old staircases, passing through camera-monitored hallways, and unlocking steel-doored vaults designed to protect their contents with state-of-the-art technology.
My vault is temperature controlled, the light is controlled, the air is filtered. We have alarms for humidity, we have alarms for water, we have alarms for intrusion, we have alarms for things.
Chief of the rare book collection, and he's not wearing gloves.
Constant
Bruh.
state. They don't like fluctuation. They like it a little colder than humans, and that's just fine.
How do we know this copy of the Koran actually belonged to him?
They just said he never signed any of his books, Thomas Jefferson.
What you do is go and look for a large capital letter that's often printed at the bottom of a page in 18th century books so that a binder can put the book together. Jefferson would go to the T signature and put his letter J next to it for Thomas Jefferson. So the only way that Jefferson would ever mark his books is this very subtle, very sophisticated, very kind of endearing initial of Thomas Jefferson.
The rare book vaults of the Jefferson Building may be considered the library's holiest of holies. Benjamin Franklin's Poor Richard's Almanacs are here.
Whoa. Good morning, guys. Johnny here, coming at you from the Southeast Pittsburgh KOA in the good old Keystone State. And I got up early today, but what kind of bogged me down was I made the mistake of putting Modern Marvels on the TV here, streaming at the KOA, streaming Wi-Fi. First was a show on the railroad around the Transcontinental Railroad time period, and the modernization of the railroad with the air brakes and the modern locking couplers and all that stuff was really, really cool. And then what happened? Well, then the next one came on, and it's the Library of Congress. So, fun fact, the War of 1812, the British burned the Library of Congress to the ground. The blossoming Library of Congress. And so the U.S. government bought Thomas Jefferson's private collection of 6,400 and some odd volumes of books, maps, you know, all kinds of stuff. And that's what got me into recording a little bit of that program. And that's why they named it the Jefferson Building, because he sold his personal library to the Library of Congress. And I didn't know any of that. They didn't teach us that in school, so thought it was neat. I thought you might enjoy that too. Yeah, so I'm going to see my brother Brandon today. We lived together for many years. We worked together at CC's Pizza. And I'm going to finish my coffee, get cleaned up, and go see him. He's in Jeanette, which is about 6 miles north of here. And then I'm heading home. Well, I'm going to stop at the polls first. And then head on into Rossman Acre and sit down in my chair. Oh, my chair. I can't wait. All right. I need to get out of here before I watch this all day and miss the polls closing. All right. If I see anything, you guys have seen Pennsylvania before, but if I see anything cool, I'll share it. All right, here we go. Very nice KOA they got here. I'm going to stop and use the facilities real quick here. I'm just going to whip it off to the side. I didn't recognize this hand-hewn timber at first. That is really cool. Nice remodeled restroom here at the Pittsburgh KOA. You know, you can tell it's an old KOA, but they did a pretty darn good job remodeling it, in my opinion. You know, There, they got horseshoe pits with the horseshoes hanging there. Oh man, I don't like this one. I might come back here. I like this place. They even got a lake too. Come out here for a camping trip sometime. Yeah. Onward and upward, literally. Right there. What a gorgeous house. Might have been a church at one point, huh? It's like an old hotel. Okay. Bogies, 1 o'clock high. Mitch and Betty did be taking me on some friggin' crazy ass shortcuts. Just another day on the Lincoln Highway. This is a good snapshot of what Western PA looks like. Sprawling metropolis built into the mountains. Okay. Okay. I can smell my brakes cooking. Jeez. Is this I think this is the first time you've been in. Is this the first time you've been in? No, it's not.
No, not the team.
We were, you and Z, and was there a third person? I think we ran out Blue Course Drive for some reason.
Yeah.
I can't remember the specifics.
Or not, maybe.
But this is my brother, Brandon Bendis. We lived together for a number of years. We worked together for years, and
Together for
4 years. Yeah, so very, very. It's one of those friendships where you can just see him for 5 minutes. It's just like the old days. So, yeah, we're gonna go get breakfast at Denny's, and reminisce about the glory days probably, and then. And then I don't know what. All I have to do is get to the polls by 8, and I'll be happy. And we're already a couple hours from home, so yeah, we're doing good on the time. Anyways, breakfast for me.
Party.
Yeah, neither.
Vote pizza party.
Vote pizza party. 2024. Oh, what is this year? Oh, this is 2024, isn't it? I almost said 2026. Jeez. Sometimes I'll be going along and I'll see something really cool, but I'll have the damn camera facing the wrong way. And then I completely miss what I wanted to shoot. You're the guest.
You're 100 miles from home. That's you're the guest.
Is it only 100 miles? Oh, it is pretty much, huh?
Give
Or take a couple miles. So here we are at Denny's on the Lincoln Highway, and we passed
the Lincoln Highway.
Yeah, just another day. And we passed through here in 2019, heading that direction.
Sign right there.
Where? Oh, you probably can't see it over there. Right over that silver vehicle, there's a Lincoln Highway sign, historic Lincoln Highway marker. So, pretty cool, a fitting end to this trip. Denny's on the Lincoln Highway. Thanks, Brandon.
Yep.
You the man.
You man.
No, you the man. I spy it with my little eye.
Yeah, what are we spying here? What is that?
Looks like one of them Oshkosh trucks, yeah. Oh shit. Oh good, we're gonna get it when it goes by. Yeah. That's right. Hello, beautiful. Police department, alright. That would make my life so much easier having an Insta 360, because then I don't have to worry about missing something. I just record all day long and then just, yeah.
Rough ride.
You know her, buddy. Drive them Jeez. You know the guy that started that club, his name's Paul Shirella. He lives up in Patton by Glendale Lake there, or Lake Galitza. If it says red, you have plenty of time to get off the throttle and get hauled down. These are very, very helpful. I don't understand why they don't have these all over the country. They would save a lot of lives, and I'm sure they do. Dean's Diner. That's an OG diner there. Dean's Diner on US 22, the William Penn Highway in Blairsville. Best meringue pie. Homemade pies with meringue, like they have this coconut meringue pie. Holy smokes, man. So good. Best pie I've had in the entire US. It's worth a stop there, and they're 24 hours. Johnny here, coming at you from the Quick Fill in Clymer, Pennsylvania. We was doing some mountain climber to get here from Jeanette. I had to tip a cam when Brandon and I were at breakfast this morning at Denny's, and I didn't get gas because they have this antiquated ordinance in Jeanette that any fuel stations in the borough, they have to pump your gas for you. So I pulled in there and he was like, yeah, they have to pump your gas for you. I was like, nah, dog. We continued on. I needed fuel, tipped a can. It got me to here in Clymer. So pay attention to your fuel. It's very important that you plan your fuel stops out and try to stay filled up when you're running something like this long distances. Fuel's a big issue. Jerry cans are no good if they're empty. So always keep some jerry cans. And I like the plastic cans because they don't have any rust in them. You know, I used to swear by the old jerry cans, the metal ones. They look cool. They're historically neat to have on the Jeep. But they're just rust magnets. And, thinking back to the Lincoln Highway, coming back through the Great Salt Lake, Carl and I, the thing just wouldn't run right. I kept getting a 2 lean code, and it just wouldn't run. It wouldn't even pull into Great Salt Lake, which, is flat as the blazes. Come to find out, my fuel filter was almost completely clogged up, and so now I keep I have a new fuel filter in it. I've changed it a couple times now, and I keep one in the toolbox. But yeah, those metal cans are no good. You'll see a lot of the convoyers. I'm a slow learner. I'm catching on. You really should invest in one of those MFCs, the plastic military fuel cans. They're just superior in almost all regards. And a regular double D will screw right into them. So you can use your old double D. I imagine even the World War II ones would even go in it and work if you had to. Anyways, yeah, I'm gonna take on, this is gonna be my last fuel stop of this trip. I am 60, 70 miles from home now. I'm gonna make it there well before the polls close. And who am I gonna vote for? I'm not telling ya. This is a non-political channel, and I'm gonna keep it that way. So, regardless, I am going to fulfill my civic duty today and vote. And I'll leave it at that, all right? We'll see you in a bit. I'm gonna stop at the hauler, probably see Dad, catch up for a while, drop the trailer off, and boogie woogie on into town, all right? Okay, here we go. Away from you. Places in America that look quite like this. So you longtime followers of mine, if you remember back to COVID times, we went out and did that Jeep ride for Memorial Day. Some folks and local military vehicle collectors, we all came out, including the Admiral Paul Sharella of the Drive Them Jeeps Club on Facebook. He's from Patton, which is where we're heading into. We're about 2 miles out of Patton. Anyways, we all got together and we ran around up here. We hit about 5 or 6 different towns in rural Pennsylvania. Here comes the triaxles. We hit a bunch of towns out here. A friend of ours named Edgar, I think he had his deuce with a 50 on it, and he was shooting 50 caliber blanks with it, or it might have been converted to gas. I can't remember. That was pretty cool. Anyways, that was filmed here in this part of the state. We're rolling into Patton now. I don't know if we're going to go past the Admiral's house again or not. He lives down here by Glendale Lake, or Lake Galitzin as it's called locally. There's the Admiral's there. And this, look, he's probably at work. That's the Admiral Paul Sharella, Drive Them Jeeps, brother. And that's what we've done. the peanut butter meltaways that you see across the country are made right there at the Gardener's Factory. We're heading up to the hauler now. But yeah, I wanted to show you that. Doors open, Dad must be home. Barn Hunters, Baldego Valley edition. Back to Happy Valley. This is my polling place, the Oakwood Presbyterian Church, which I always thought was kind of ironic if you think back to the founding of this country and the separation of church and state. But regardless, I digress. Here we are going to do my duty and then pizza night.